Let me see if I can find the very first version. Hi, I'm Lenno. I'm a Finnish songwriter and producer. I've been making music for almost 20 years at this point. I started in like 2005, 2006 on GarageBand when I had the need to record my metal band from elementary school. And yeah, that's how I got started. And I've been making music ever since. And I was making lots of different kinds of music as a teenager and then kind of fell into electronic music and started to become an artist slash DJ, played a lot of shows and put out my own music. But at the same time, I didn't want to be only making electronic music, so I started doing songwriting and production, which has kind of snowballed into whatever this is, what I'm doing today. For Kaeyra, we've actually never met. So this was actually a pitch song that I wrote with the amazing Sophie Simmons in LA, I think a year and a half ago at this point. Somehow it found its way to Kaeyra, who did a fantastic job on it and yeah, really brought the song to life. Sophie came in with the sort of the hook for the song, or like just an a cappella version of the hook for the song. And then I guess her point of view was to kind of reimagine what if Jolene was written from the point of view of the other woman. And that's kind of the story in the song. And yeah, musically, I was just kind of referencing a lot of my favorite kinds of music, like really tight, dry 70s drum sounds and some like a lot of real instruments. I played a lot of guitar. A friend of mine played bass for it. I played a lot of real percussion. There's some strings and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of organic elements in the track. Key elements for the song, I mean, obviously the vocal performance is just fantastic. Well, Sophie sang it beautifully when we first cut it, and then once Kaeyra did her version, that just really brought it to life. As a producer, that's the best thing you can hope for, is that like the vocal really carries the song, and that's really my job, is to like try to make the vocal the centerpiece of the song. What I really love about the song is the bass line played by my friend Reimagining, who is actually a school friend of mine and who played in the metal band that I was talking about earlier when we were 9 or 10 years old. We're still close friends and work together a lot. Yeah, he played the bass line on an old Hagström bass, like a short scale bass. He calls it his humppabasso, which would be Finnish for I guess Schlager bass or something. When I got him to play that, that was when the song really came to life. I had just like a programmed MIDI bass before that, and it was just a little boring, but that kind of really brought it to life. This is the project for Sour. We're at 110 tracks. So yeah, we start here.
Auburn hair and a fiery stare, but the mirror tells a different tale. I don't see us standing there. Oh, I lost myself for a minute there, I suppose. Oh, but now I'm back, feeling the rhythm taking a hold. I can be sweet or I can be sour, making you daydream about me for.
All right, so let's dive in. Yeah, Sophie came into the session singing the melody of the chorus to me, so that's always helpful. When somebody just sings you a hit chorus, that makes your life a lot easier. This is what how Kaeyra sang it, and I would like play along with a guitar and like come up with the chords on the spot, which ended up being this.
Or I can be sour, making you daydream about me for hours.
This. Yeah, so I did a bunch of takes. I guess I was just recording a loop actually. So that's the guitar. I think it was like, it sounds kind of wonky and like not very good on its own, but like it has this like degraded quality to it. And I think I was using a Chase Bliss pedal called Generation Loss, which is kind of a VHS cassette simulator. So it sounds like it came off an old cassette, I guess. And I can see here, I was recording into through a Kemper into my computer through a U80 Apollo. So that was the first thing. And then, so let's build up the track from that. The main thing for the drums is this loop from Jake Reed, his Super Dead drums. And it is super dead, like there's literally no room at all. But it's cool because it kind of leaves a lot of room for the rest of the song. And like it's just like, it provides the beat, but like doesn't take up any more room than that. So that with the guitar is this. And then there's some additional drum layers, like a clap loop, and another clap loop, and like a bigger snare. Just adding a little bit of air, I guess. There's a crash, 2 crashes actually. A guiro, very essential. Has some spring reverb on it and some tape, I guess, like taking out some of the highs. Yeah, it's a little grating on its own. So this just kind of mellows it out a little bit. A tambourine that I played. Oh wow, with 2 different tracks. I recorded it in both in stereo and mono. So that together with the drums and the guitar sounds like this. And then apart from that, it's really the bass that's missing still. So that would be this. Yeah, played beautifully by Kaeyra. Yeah, I think that's pretty much like what's going on in the chorus. So altogether without the vocal, it would be like this. Just some programmed strings, I think from Spitfire. Yeah, Spitfire chamber strings, if I'm not mistaken. So that's really like what's providing a lot of the harmonic content. And there's a lot of these. There's actually a program by my friend, another friend of mine called Levi Hapanen, who did a little bit of synth programming for this song. I don't know if that's a real whistle or if that's just a synth, but yeah, it's a fun little. And there's a lot of like, because a lot of the sort of the basic elements of this song are kind of clean sounding. The bass is very clean, the drums are very clean. So I tried to have some of the synths kind of counterbalancing that with like by being a little bit more like detuned and wonky. Like in the first verse, there's this like synth that's like when you play in the song, like it's just kind of out of tune, but it just works. Like it's like really sharp tuning wise, but it just ends up kind of working because everything else is kind of nice and clean. The song starts with the guitar melody. Which is 2 layers. I have no idea why I played it twice. But they're gonna add up nicely, because this one, it's a bit more jangly and like hi-fi, and this one is more like, I don't know, a little more muddy. So yeah, I guess like, yeah, by combining the two, it's a little more rich sounding. And then there's a layer for the lead as well. yeah, there's like a weird edit there. Yeah, I wouldn't know why I did that, but I did it. Yeah, in the verse, there's not much else going on. It's mostly like the bass is not even in the first verse. So the bass only comes in at the first chorus, which, yeah, if you can afford to do that, that's great. Because, yeah, it just allows the chorus to lift a lot more. There's a wordlitzer in the pre-chorus. Courtesy of Keyscape, the best for all kinds of electronic keyboard sounds. And I can't really play an E flat minor with keyboards, so I am transposing it down by one semitone here. So I actually ended up playing it. Yeah, I would have played it in E instead of E flat. Yeah. So as the song goes on, there's some like counter melodies that some of this stuff, which is also like doesn't sound very good as on its own. Well, that sounds great, I guess, but it's just kind of bad sounds on their own, but then when you put it together, it just kind of adds this nice like counter movement to the melody. Here the tambourine picks up. In the first chorus, it's only playing on the 2 and 4. Second chorus, it's on like playing 8th notes, and then on the last chorus, it's playing 16 notes. Kind of like I'm always trying to find out like these little ways that I can like amp up the intensity of each part as the song goes on, or like I always try to find something that's like something that lifts chorus 2 from chorus 1 and lifts chorus 3 from whatever was in chorus 2. So yeah, like little things like this, and also like the bass, like it also gets more intense. So the first chorus would be kind of nice and tight, and then the last chorus is a lot more open. And like it's like those little kinds of things that you don't really notice it, but like it just kind of adds up to the song, like feeling like it's building throughout the 3 minutes. And also like on that note, there's like different kinds of layers that come in only later in the song, like a wider, more low-endy snare that comes in for the chorus 2. A shaker comes in on chorus 2. These keys come in on chorus 2. So yeah, a lot of my job sort of like after the song's written is just kind of finding these little pockets where you can still like, yeah, if the song, because the first chorus doesn't really have that much going on. Yeah, it's like finding whatever I can do to like help it lift for the last chorus. Yeah, all these little things, and like you like listening to the song, you don't feel like the chorus is like that different, and it's not really, but like there is a lot more going on in the last chorus, and yeah, it's like that's what I always try to figure out is like how much I can fit in without it feeling like overblown and like without it getting in the way of the song and the vocal. So yeah, it's really like one of my favorite parts about production is like trying to find like these little textures that can go on top of each other and can like interweave with each other, and like yeah, whatever that like really helps drive the emotion of the song. And like here it really like yeah just helps lift the song. And shout out also to Sophie for these amazing backing vocals that she did. And with Kaeyra's vocal. And with actually Sophie's vocal in there. Yeah, it's really fun to make music when the people you're making music with are that good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the elements of the production. Never try to go into a session like, we have to make this kind of a song. Like, I much rather enjoy hearing what the other people are interested in doing and then like kind of finding my way to support that. And like here, like Sophie came in with a great melody and a great concept, and then it was just like my job to like help support that and also stay out of the way and just let the song come through in its like best version of itself. Let me see if I can find the very first version. So this is the very first version that was finished like 12 hours after our session finished. So yeah, we can have a listen here and kind of compare. It's the length, I'm sure, is the same. I don't think that changed.
I could be sweet or I could be sour, making you daydream about me for hours. I could be cool or I could be karma. Don't need your love no more. I'm empowered. Broke my heart, but now my eyes are dry.
And if you listen to the last chorus, I mean, the song is pretty much there, but like if you compare it to the final version.
I can be sweet or I can be sour, making you daydream about me for hours. I can be cool or I can be karma. I don't need your love no more.
Yeah, there you can tell the difference. It's kind of like, it just feels a little flat. There's just not that much going on, and like it's just like feels like like it kind of loses its momentum when you switch back and forth. Let's do that one more time. So I start with the demo and then go back and forth a couple of times.
I could be sweet or I could be sour, making you daydream about me for hours. I can be cool or I can be karma. I don't need your love no more. I'm empowered. Broke my heart, but now my eyes are dry. Thoughts of you will never cross my mind. Oh please, please, believe when I say.
Yeah, it's just like the demo is very 2D and kind of flat, and like that's the purpose of a demo, is like it's not to like dazzle you with production, it's to like present the song. And like Sophie obviously did a fantastic job on the vocals, so it's like the song really comes through already on the demo. But like as far as the actual production and the sonics, there was definitely a lot to do, and like it was just like piece by piece. Luckily I had quite a lot of time. Like I think I was working on it throughout like a couple of weeks. It's not like one single thing that I was struggling with, but it was just like kind of trying to beat every aspect of it, like trying to like get the bass to move more, which it does now, because it's like on the demo it's just a MIDI bass that I play with like with one finger in the session, and now it's like this beautifully played part on a like great vintage instrument. It just like helps the whole thing feel more alive. The demo is definitely like the thing back now. It's definitely a little stiff, whereas like the final version just like moves a lot more. My favorite part is whenever like the team and the artists, like whenever they trust in the creators and like trust the creators can do their job. And there was definitely a lot of trust from the artist and their team and the label and whatever. Like we pretty much got to do what we wanted to do. So that's surprisingly rare in this industry. There's a lot of insecurity and a lot of like trying to tinker with things when they don't need to be tinkered with. A&R is a real art form, and like there are like incredible A&Rs who have incredible ears, but there are also like people who are giving notes for the sake of giving notes, and like I spent a lot of time doing those notes only to find out that, oh, actually we're going with the original version. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Like we just got to make our best version of a 70s song, like, or a modern take on a 70s song, and then have everybody be so on board and have the song do as well as it did. That was just, yeah, a real source of validation for all of us. So that was a lot of fun. So Kaeyra is Polish American, and like the song ended up doing really well in Poland. I think it got to like #2 on the radio, and was like one of the most played songs all year that year on the radio over there. And yeah, she ended up playing it on TV a lot, and yeah, I think the song ended up being like a big moment for her. So I was really happy and proud to be a little part of that. And yeah, it's always nice to see like a song done in one afternoon just ends up like taking on a life of its own. Yeah, that's always fun. My name is Lenno, and this is Behind the Hits.